A bloody message can say more than 1,000 words. It speaks of horror, of pain, and of a story that words alone cannot convey. The sight of blood on a wall is a chilling reminder of the violence that has taken place, a silent scream that echoes through the corridors of time. In a chilling case from 2008, a woman was brutally murdered, leaving behind traces of her killer's strange signature. The crime scene was a macabre tableau, with blood splattered across the walls and floor, each drop telling a part of the gruesome tale. The investigators were left to piece together the events that led to this horrific act. Known as the lipstick killer, the assailant used lipstick to write a cryptic note on the wall, leaving investigators in disbelief. The message was not just a taunt, but a puzzle, a riddle that needed to be solved to understand the mind of the killer. The use of lipstick added a bizarre twist to the already horrifying scene. The victim, a 27-year-old woman, was discovered in her apartment with 15 stab wounds. Each wound was a testament to the rage and brutality of the attacker. The sheer number of wounds indicated a crime of passion, a personal vendetta that had culminated in this tragic end. The note included phrases like "for the cops" and "we'll see." These words were a direct challenge to the authorities, a brazen declaration that the killer was not afraid of being caught. It was a game of cat and mouse, with the stakes being life and death. This gruesome scene shocked the community of Chicago, where the crime took place. The residents were gripped by fear, knowing that a killer was on the loose. The sense of security that once enveloped the neighborhood was shattered, replaced by a pervasive sense of dread. Even after extensive investigations, this mysterious case remains unsolved, haunting both locals and authorities alike. The detectives pored over every piece of evidence, every clue, but the answers remained elusive. The case became a dark cloud hanging over the city, a reminder of the evil that lurked in the shadows. The year was 2008, the city, Chicago. A bustling metropolis, full of life and promise, was about to be shaken to its core. The vibrant streets and towering skyscrapers stood in stark contrast to the dark events that were unfolding within its borders. A bustling metropolis, full of life and promise, was about to be shaken to its core. The city that never slept was now gripped by a nightmare, as the lipstick killer's actions cast a long shadow over its residents. The sense of normalcy was disrupted, replaced by an undercurrent of fear and uncertainty. The lipstick killer case wasn't just another crime, it was a descent into the darkest corners of the human psyche. The brutality and the cryptic messages left behind spoke of a mind that was deeply disturbed, a soul that found pleasure in inflicting pain and fear. It was a descent into the darkest corners of the human psyche. The case remains a haunting reminder of the capacity for evil that exists within some individuals, a chilling tale that continues to captivate and terrify those who hear it. Her name was Sarah. She was a young woman with dreams, aspirations, and a whole life ahead of her. She was a beloved daughter, a cherished friend, and a valued member of her community. Sarah had just moved into her new apartment, excited about this fresh chapter in her life. Little did she know that this new beginning would be tragically cut short. Sarah was known for her infectious laughter and her kind heart. She had a bright future ahead of her, working as a graphic designer at a local firm. Her friends described her as someone who could light up a room with her smile, someone who brought joy to everyone around her. On that fateful day, everything changed. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, as if the world itself was holding its breath. Sarah's apartment, once filled with her laughter and dreams, was transformed into a scene of unimaginable horror. The walls, which had once echoed with joy, now stood as silent witnesses to a gruesome act. The killer, seemingly calm and calculated, had taken the time to use Sarah's own lipstick to scrawl a message on the wall. It was a deliberate act, meant to send a clear and terrifying message. The message was chilling, taunting, and filled with a darkness that sent shivers down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. It was a macabre masterpiece, designed to haunt the minds of those who saw it. The words were written in a hurried hand, but they were clear enough to convey a message of pure evil. Each stroke of the lipstick seemed to scream with malevolence. The killer wanted to be known. They craved recognition, a twisted form of infamy that only such a heinous act could bring. They wanted to instill fear, and they succeeded. The entire neighborhood was gripped by a palpable sense of dread, each resident looking over their shoulder, fearing they might be next. The discovery of the note sent shockwaves through the police department. Officers who had seen it all were left speechless, grappling with the sheer audacity of the crime. Who was this individual brazen enough to leave such a calling card? The question hung heavily in the air as detectives pored over every clue, desperate to unmask the face behind the terror. News of the lipstick killer spread like wildfire through the city of Chicago. Fear replaced the usual vibrancy. The city that never sleeps was suddenly afraid to close its eyes. Parents held their children a little tighter. Women walked the streets with a newfound sense of caution. The unseen threat of the lipstick killer loomed large over everyone. The media frenzy that followed only amplified the terror. Newspapers ran headlines screaming about the lipstick killer, while television news channels broadcast endless updates and analysis. The story became a national obsession, with everyone from true crime enthusiasts to armchair detectives offering their theories. Section 5. The investigation begins. The Chicago Police Department faced immense pressure to catch the lipstick killer. The investigation was immediately assigned top priority, with detectives working around the clock to piece together the puzzle. They meticulously combed through the crime scene, searching for any shred of evidence that could lead them to the killer. Every fingerprint was analyzed, every fiber was scrutinized, every lead was pursued with relentless determination. The investigation was extensive, with hundreds of interviews conducted and countless hours of surveillance footage reviewed. They followed every lead, no matter how small, hoping for a breakthrough. The pressure was immense, the weight of a city's fear resting on their shoulders. Despite their tireless efforts, the investigation team encountered one dead end after another. The lipstick killer seemed to have vanished into thin air. False leads and red herrings only added to the frustration. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but the killer remained elusive. The lack of progress weighed heavily on the investigators, their determination slowly turning into a haunting obsession. The case quickly went cold. The trail ran dry. The killer seemed to have vanished into thin air. The weight of their failure pressed down on the investigators, their dedication tinged with a growing sense of helplessness. Criminologists and psychologists offered their expert opinions on the lipstick killer's profile. They delved deep into the psyche of the individual, trying to understand what could drive someone to commit such heinous acts. The lipstick killer's actions were not just about the physical violence, they were a form of psychological warfare aimed at instilling fear and confusion. The use of lipstick, a traditionally feminine item to write the threatening message, suggested a complex and deeply disturbed individual. This choice of medium was not random. It was a deliberate act meant to shock and provoke. The killer's use of such an intimate and personal item added a layer of perverse intimacy to the crime, making it all the more chilling. Some experts theorized that the killer derived pleasure from the act of playing with the police, enjoying the notoriety and fear they had created. This cat-and-mouse game was a way for the killer to assert control and dominance over the authorities, showcasing their cunning and elusiveness. The psychological thrill of outsmarting the police was as much a part of the crime as the physical act itself. Others suggested that the lipstick was a symbolic signature, a way for the killer to mark their territory and assert their dominance. This act of marking was akin to a predator marking its prey, a chilling reminder of the killer's presence and power. The lipstick message was a taunt, a way to mock the police and the public, leaving everyone in a state of heightened anxiety. The choice of weapon, the brutality of the attack, and the chilling message all pointed to a level of rage and premeditation that sent chills down the spines of seasoned detectives. The killer's actions were not impulsive, they were calculated and meticulously planned. Each element of the crime was designed to maximize fear and horror, leaving a lasting impact on both the victims and those who investigated the case. What kind of mind could conceive of such a horrific act and then leave such a bold and taunting message for the authorities? The lipstick killer's actions were a dark reflection of a mind consumed by rage, control, and a desire for infamy. Understanding this psyche was crucial for the investigators, as it provided insights into the motivations and potential future actions of the killer. The psychological profile they built was not just a tool for capture, but a window into the dark recesses of a disturbed mind. Years have passed since that fateful day in 2008, but the shadow of the lipstick killer still lingers over Chicago. The case remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most vibrant city. The memory of Sarah, the young woman whose life was tragically cut short, continues to haunt the community. The unsolved case serves as a constant reminder of the city's vulnerability. The fear, though dulled by time, still flickers in the hearts of many. It is a ghost story whispered in hushed tones, a reminder that some monsters may never be caught. The lipstick killer case remains a haunting mystery. The unanswered questions continue to torment investigators and the community alike. Who was the lipstick killer? What drove them to commit such a horrific act? Will they ever be brought to justice? Until these questions are answered, the shadow of the lipstick killer will continue to loom large over Chicago, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart. The lipstick killer case, a stark reminder that some wounds never truly heal. It serves as a testament to the enduring power of fear, the haunting nature of unanswered questions, and the enduring hope for justice.